Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here, and I am back with another installment in my DVD slash Blu-ray collection overview shelf by shelf series. And yeah, this is going to be the last one of the standard DVDs, so for the people that are waiting on the special companies and everything, they are coming soon. Sorry about the big delay in this. I've been so busy the last couple weeks. I've been out of town like 3-4 times, and I've had really no time to do this. But I got a few minutes, and I thought maybe I'd throw this down. Unfortunately, I just found out like 10 minutes ago that Prodigy from Mobb Deep passed away, and that's kind of a big deal to me, so I'm kind of down in the shitter right now. So if I don't sound overly enthusiastic doing this, this is pretty much the reason why. But anyways, let's get right into this here. First up here, we got The Wolfman. This is just the Universal Legacy series collection hard thing. I really like these, when these were coming out. I think I picked up most of them. So I keep these around because I obviously enjoy having them. But The Wolfman is one of my favorite Universal monster films. So very, very cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I've just always been kind of a fan of those editions. They're pretty cool. We got Wonton Baby. This movie is fucked. It is so bizarre. It's got Debbie Rochon in it, who plays, what is her name? Rachel Madman Wonton. She was once a hooker who ends up getting pregnant and stuff, so she shuts down her brothel or whatever, turns it into a Chinese food restaurant. Then I believe her daughter gets pregnant with this crazy ass baby and shit, and it just spirals out of control. It's like pure madness and ridiculously gory, and it's just out of control shit. But Wonton Baby, oh, this one is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I'm actually glad that I blind bought that one because it's funny as hell. We got The Woods here, directed by Lucky McKee, of course, with Bruce Campbell, Patricia Clarkson, which I believe they're only in the film for a little bit. I think they play the parents of the main character. Basically about a girl that goes off to this boarding school that's like out in the woods and shit. And shit starts to happen. I thought this was really good, actually. I've heard some people kind of shit on this one, but yeah, it was alright. It was alright. So yeah. Next up here, we got Ted V. Michaels' Worm Eaters. Like an absolutely ridiculous film. Worm Eaters, a comedy. Yeah, it's basically about some dude that's infecting the food source with like these toxic worms. So when these people eat them, they turn into like monsters and shit. It's fucking ridiculous. But if you're familiar with Ted V. Michaels' films, you pretty much know what you're getting yourself into. Most of his films are really goofy and off the wall kind of craziness. So, but yeah, that's what you're gonna get right there. The Worm Eaters. Always love that cover art. It's pretty good shit. Would You Rather, with Jeffrey Combs, my favorite actor. Sasha Grey, the porn star. This one right here is really good, actually. Jeffrey Combs plays like a millionaire. Got a little bit too much time and money on his hands. Decides to invite a bunch of people over for a dinner and play a game of Would You Rather. And it's basically kind of a life and death game. So the last man standing, I believe, is the one that wins the game and shit. It's been a while since I've seen it, but really good shit, man. Jeffrey Combs' performance in here is just menacing. He's just awesome as this diabolical millionaire that really doesn't give a fuck about life, and that's kind of his. There's a great representation of him right there. Big smirk on his face. Good release from IFC Midnight. Really good stuff. And actually, Sasha Grey, the porn star, does a pretty good job in this film. Like, she's not actually that bad. So then we got The Wraith, which is actually coming out on Blu-ray, I think. Screen Factory that just announced this? I can't remember. Which is fantastic, because this movie is definitely one that needs a great release. It's going to be an awesome looking film on Blu-ray. Charlie Sheen, Randy Quaid, Sherilyn Fenn, of course. Oh, she's so beautiful in this film, but the Phantom. I love the concept car they use in this too. Great soundtrack. Just good shit, man. This movie's awesome all around, man. It's got some really awesome kind of car crash scenes and lots of cool shit happening in this one. If you've never seen The Wraith, check it out, man. It's pretty much like an underrated film from '86. It's awesome stuff. Wrath of the Crows. This is another really damn good one. I think Ivan Zukon's probably his best film, actually. This one's got Debbie Rochon also in it. Tiffany Shepis, my favorite. Oh, I love Tiffany Shepis. This is a really strange film, and I love the way this film's constructed. It's a very strange one, and it's not a Killer Crow film, if you're wondering. I've had lots of people ask me that, like, is that a Killer Crow film? I'm like, no. Kind of sounds like it, but It's actually not. It's basically about this this jail that's run by this dude called the Judge. That's what they call him, the Judge. And he's kind of mysterious. They don't really know who he is and stuff. But anyways, Debbie Rochon's like an inmate there. And Tiffany Shepps' character shows up, and then shit kind of all breaks loose from there. She's got these weird kind of special powers and shit, and kind of goes on from there. Going into this one not knowing anything is a good thing, but it's a cool film because you don't really know what the hell's going on until like the end kind of thing. I really like that. It's good. It's a really atmospheric film. I think they do a pretty good job. You know, Debbie Rochon's acting sometimes can be very hit and miss, but she's pretty good in this one. Tiffany Shepps is good. But good film. Wrath of the Crows. Check it out. Really enjoyed it. Wreckage, basically just a slasher film in a junkyard. It's essentially what it is. People break down. They make their way to this junkyard to find some help, and they start getting picked off by a killer. It's pretty average. It's not horrible, but, you know, it's pretty average for what it is. There's a couple ridiculous moments in it. Wrecked with Adrian Brody. This one is basically about him waking up after his car crashes. A couple dead people. I think, like... He doesn't have any recollection of how he got there. He's got guns and money and shit, and now he's got to, you know, kind of fight for his life and shit like that, so... not a bad film, actually. I didn't mind this one from what I remember. It's been a while since I've seen this one, but I remember actually really digging this one. It's pretty cool. Wrecker. Now, if you guys watch my channel regularly, you know I'm a big fan of road horror films. This is essentially kind of a remake of Duel. I think it's like an unofficial remake, but it's the same premise. It's about two girls on a road trip that ultimately start getting fucked with by this huge rig here. It's pretty much Duel. The problem is with this film is that the characters make the stupidest decisions ever. They make decisions that you just would never make in these situations. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, and you know, honestly, it's not even shot that well. It's actually shot around my way. It's shot in BC. You can tell it's shot like, you know, in the canyon and stuff. So that was kind of cool seeing the scenery and shit like that, which is probably the best thing. Didn't think the acting was overly that great in this one, but I don't know, man. It could have been a lot better. Record was pretty disappointing in my opinion. We got Wrong Turn here. I gotta upgrade all these DVDs to Blu-ray. I really like the Wrong Turn series. Elijah Dushku. Yeah, make a wrong turn, start getting killed off by backwoods freaks. We all know the storyline. I dig Wrong Turn. It's a good film, man. Pretty good stuff. But I actually like Wrong Turn 2 more. Dead End, directed by Joe Lynch, with Henry Rollins and shit. I think this one's badass, man. This is just a nasty, nasty little flick, man. More of the same, but, you know, different characters and shit like that. But Wrong Turn, man. Can't wait for another Wrong Turn film to come out. Now, Wrong Turn 4. I have Wrong Turn 3. I actually have it on Blu-ray. Oddly enough, I got that Blu-ray for free, so that's why I have it on Blu-ray. It's very, very strange, which happens to be the worst one, or my least favorite one in the franchise. Actually, Wrong Turn 3 is pretty shitty. Here's Wrong Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings, kind of like a prequel to the first one, set in the snow and shit. The setting and some of the kills and stuff are pretty good in this one, but it's a little bit lackluster. I do like this one. I think it could have been a little bit better for rental only. I think I got this like in an 80% off sale or some shit like that. I got it for like $2 or $3. 70 or 80%, I can't remember what it was. But, yeah, still not bad. I really don't mind that one. Definitely this one right here is probably has like the most mixed opinions, man. Wrong Turn 5, Bloodlines. I actually really enjoyed this one. I like the ridiculous action. Like the third act in this one was pretty cool. I don't know, man. I just really enjoyed it for what it was. I think it was ridiculous. Kind of different than the other ones, but I thought it had some pretty good nastiness to it. So I enjoyed that one, man. And then Wrong Turn 6, which I also enjoyed. I didn't think it was, you know, mind-blowing or anything, but I thought it was pretty good. This is the version, the original release of it. So it has that picture of the real missing person in it, which, you know, a whole different story. But this one, it's pretty good. I actually really enjoyed Wrong Turn 6. I mean, like I said, I pretty much enjoy all of them except for Part 3. Part 3 is pretty bad. It's got terrible CGI in it. Extra 1 and 2, man, I love the Extra. I love these two films. Well, I love the first one. The second one is pretty decent stuff. Pretty cool, kind of sci-fi monster horror stuff right here. These films need the ultimate releases, man. Really enjoy them. But yeah, Extra 1 and 2 from Image. Pretty cool stuff. And like for years, I didn't even know. Until it was like 10 years ago, I didn't even know that there was an Extra 3. This one bypassed me completely. I picked up this DVD a couple months back. I still haven't actually even watched it, so I've never seen Extra 3. So I keep hearing it's complete and utter shit, which I was expecting, but I wanted to have it to complete the trilogy anyways. But yeah, I don't know how I missed this one. I guess it came out in the 90s and just bypassed me. I guess I can't know them all. Very interesting. Yeti, this I believe is a Canadian film about is it a soccer team? No, football team. I guess in some countries it means the same thing, right? Football team plane crashes into a mountain, obviously in the wintertime, and they start getting picked off by a Yeti. I remember actually kind of digging this film. It was not too bad. I can't remember if the Yeti was CG'd or not. It's been a while since I've seen this one. It came out like mid-2000s or something, but Yeti is what it is. Young Frankenstein. I don't know why I still have this in here. I have the Blu-ray. Obviously one I can probably get rid of. Yeah, Mel Brooks comedy with horror characters. We all know this one. Pretty fun stuff. The Pretty Awesome Zodiac. It's the most frustrating thing about watching a film like this is that that there's really no end to the film. Yeah, David Fincher did a good job with this film, but it's just too bad they never caught the Zodiac Killer because I want to know who the fuck it was. Like, this guy was crazy, man, fucking with the cops and his crimes and shit. Very, very interesting killer. Very cool story, but Zodiac, good film, man. Zodiac Signs of the Apocalypse. This one I actually got for free. I don't really know much about this. I think it's more of a sci-fi kind of action adventure mixed with kind of horror elements and stuff. Christopher Lloyd's in this film, but yeah, I still never checked this one out. I don't really know what the hell this is. We got Zombievers here. Yes, fucking Zombievers. Very, very typical storyline about a group of people, friends that go to this cabin, start getting picked off by these beavers that have been infected by toxic waste or something like that. The movie's so funny. I actually watched this like a couple times in 1 week one time. It had me rolling, man. There's a couple parts in this shit that, oh my god, just the title alone, Zombievers. You gotta check it out. It's fun. Speaking of ridiculousness, Zombie Christ, Bill Zebub film about this, well, here's the storyline right here. Druids unearth the remains of Jesus and perform a ritual that transforms him into a zombie to be unleashed upon the world to commit unspeakable acts. It's honestly one of Bill Zebub's better films, to be honest. I think he makes so much dribble now, like just comedies and shit that I don't really care about, but this one, a little more serious. It was okay for what it was. Then we got Zombie Farm. What is oh yeah, this is the one about the woman that is tired of her husband beating the shit out of her, so she goes to this voodoo priest, and he gives her this drink, this kind of potion shit to give to her husband, that'll ultimately make him stop beating her up. But what she gets is he wakes up next to her like as a zombie, and he's being controlled by the voodoo priestess, and unspeakable acts happen after that. It's actually pretty cool, man. I didn't mind this film, The Zombie Farm. Pretty low budget, but actually pretty original, man. I mean, the storyline to this one's a little bit different, so but it was pretty cool, man. Check it out. Here's another one that I don't really hear a lot of people talk about, and that's Zombie Honeymoon. Pretty interesting kind of love story. This one is definitely a lot better than that one that came out recently, last year, year before. What the fuck was that one called? Name escapes me. You guys probably screaming it at the screen right now, but yeah, that one sucked dick. Zombie Honeymoon, basically about this couple that just gets married and this dude gets attacked and he wakes up as a zombie and she's got to deal with it, man. She knows it and she's really kind of sticking by her man till death do them part kind of deal. Pretty cool story. I liked it. Then we got Zombie Kids. This is Horsball, aka Tom's daughter Hope, who did this film when she was like 14 years old. And I have to say, I even reviewed this film. This is pretty damn impressive for a bunch of 13, 14-year-olds making a film. It's very, very well done. Like, I mean, you would just not expect this type of filmmaking from such a young child. I was not going to say female because that doesn't really matter, but pretty cool stuff. The storyline cracks me up in this one right here. It's a summer vacation and a group of friends decide to visit a historical toxic waste dumping ground in their small town. If that is not classic or what? And of course, zombies attack. Pretty good stuff. It's a short. I think it's like 21 minutes long. I know Hope has a new film coming out soon that they're just finishing up the music for and editing down and stuff like that. So, gonna be cool, man. I can't wait to check it out. But that's pretty interesting. Zombie Massacre. I believe this one is about the government creating these ultimate weapons and stuff like that, and it goes apeshit. Not very good. Yue Boll presents this film. He did not direct it, but I think I remember like a bunch of bad CG and stuff in this one. I can't quite remember. A lot of these zombie films kind of mashed together. They're pretty generic. Zombie Nations. Uli Lamel's Zombie Nation. Oh my god. Oh man, I don't know, man. Uli Lamel has not really impressed me at all in his career, man. You know, even this Boogeyman is not like my favorite film. That's the 1980 version, if you guys are wondering. That movie's okay. It's gotten better over time with me, but I can't really stand the dude's films, man. The Devil's Voltaire is actually probably my favorite film by him, but Zombie Nation, pretty generic shit. Yeah, it is what it is. This one I enjoyed. It's kind of like it's kind of like vampire zombies in a sense. Zombie Night, they only come out at nighttime. Pretty cool stuff. Anthony Michael Hall, Daryl Hannah, Shirley Jones, and Alan Ruck. Look at that cast. That's ridiculous, man. Fucking hilarious, man. But yeah, it's basically them trying to survive at night while these zombies come out at night. It's kind of cool, actually. Dug the premise of that. Such a simple premise that I don't think it'd been done before. Maybe it'd been done before, I don't know. Zombie Ninjas vs. Black Ops, Australian flick. I just got this one. I haven't checked it out yet. I can't wait to actually check it out because it just looks ridiculous. But yeah. Then we got this Zombie Planet trilogy featuring Zombie Planet 2, Adam's Revenge, Zombie Planet 3, Kate Chronicles. I watched the first one. I can't quite remember it. I think it was really, really bad, so I didn't continue. But I remember grabbing this at Walmart for I think it was in the dump bin for under $5. I don't know. And then we got Zombie Self-Defense Force. This is like the first film in this trilogy. Oh my god, these movies are fucking batshit insane. Japanese just insaneness right here. It's so fucking ridiculous. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all you need to know. They're just ridiculous fun. If you guys are interested in Japanese, zombie cinemas, you know what you're getting yourself into. It's really, really ridiculous. Attack Girl Swim Team vs. the Undead. I actually had this in the A section, so if you guys watched the first video, you've probably seen this one, but I've since moved this because I realized after, I was like, that's totally out of place. I wanted to put it with the trilogy. So I had them together, and just OCD was kicking in. But I reviewed this film a long time ago. It's basically the swim team versus the undead, and it's ridiculous. Just gory as flying fuck and stupidness. It's fucking awesome, man. It's so much fun. And then Zombie Hunter Rika. This is the last one in the trilogy. I believe that's how it goes. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Yeah. Again, more of the same shit. Just ridiculous, over the top, high octane zombie action, but she's got a sword in this one. That's pretty fucking awesome. So check out those are pretty fun. Then we got Zombie Strippers, Robert Englund, Jenna Jameson. It's about zombie strippers. We got Tito Ortiz with a cameo in this one. This one actually wasn't that bad. I actually kind of laughed at this one. Wasn't too bad. And here's one that I actually thought that was pretty fun too, was Zombie Town. It's kind of like it's almost like a zombie western film in a sense. Basically just kind of people are getting infected in the small town from some unknown parasite type deal. And they're going crazy and shit. But I enjoyed the shit out of this one. Low budget, but kind of different setting. And yeah, man, I don't know. I dug it. Zombie Town. And then we got Zombie Undead. I believe this is another... Oh, this is like a terrorist one. Yeah, some of these storylines, they get convoluted when I'm going through a million zombie films. Zombie Undead, I remember it being pretty damn average. And that's pretty much all I can say about that. So yeah, so that is actually going to conclude the regular, just the standard DVDs. Man, I would like to put all my zombie films for my entire collection in a row. And see how many films actually have zombie in the title. Because that's just like, that's like a little bit of a taste of them. That's just all the generic shit, so... Alright, so, getting into stuff that I actually have separated, and right beside the zombie films is where I ended up putting the shitty shark films. The reason for that is because when I was doing this room, this is where I had them, and then just kind of ended up staying here, so that's why it's kind of randomly placed here. But anyways, we'll get into the shark films here. The Last Shark, directed by Enzo Z. Cassarelli. I think I said G. Such an amazing Jaws ripoff, man. Probably one of my favorite shark films. This is an official release, actually, too. I know this one was limited, but I think you can actually still get it for some odd reason. But yeah, it's just awesome. Awesome. Love this movie. So good. Hammerhead with Jeffrey Combs, William Forsythe. Kind of like a mad scientist type film. Hybrid type shark half man type deal. This is a good film, actually. You know, it's better than you think it would be. It's got practical, half man, half shark, total terror. Practical CG effects and stuff, but it's really good, actually. Like better than it probably should have been. But Jeffrey Combs actually does a good job in that film. Sharktopus from Roger Corman, man. Oh my god. Hybrid shark / octopus. Yeah, just another produced film. I think this was for the Sci-Fi Network or whatever it was. But that's essentially what you're going to get. Sharktopus was developed as a weapon from the government. What was it called? S11, the diabolic hybrid shark and octopus. That goes crazy, gets in the ocean, and fucking starts killing people. It's absolutely ridiculously hilarious. Loved it. Dino Shark. Basically kind of the same shit. Another Roger Corman produced film, sci-fi type film, about this shark that I think he breaks free in the Arctic from global warming and makes his way to the ocean. And of course, he's one of a kind. He's a dino shark and starts attacking people. Yeah, it's pretty funny too, man. It's really, really fun shit. I love these movies. They're so bad. They're so fun. Monster Shark is Lamberto Bava, Sergio Martino film. That I believe is getting a Blu-ray release from Code Red, which is awesome. I can't wait for that to come out so I can get rid of this bootleg. But again, this is another like kind of mad scientist hybrid type film. Almost the same thing. Like, what does it say? Genetically created hybrid of octopus and prehistoric proto-shark. So this is kind of like Sharktopus in a sense. You know, he kind of looks like a piranha on the cover there. This one's fun as shit though, man. Really good Italian nonsense here. Love it. Shark Night, I enjoyed this one for what it was. I mean, it's not like insane or anything, but I actually kind of enjoyed this one. You know, it's a little bit higher budget type shark film, you know, unlike some of these other ones, but it was alright. Sand Sharks, I mean, that cover right there says it all. Complete Jaws ripoff. It's basically Jaws with sharks in the sand with Brooke Hogan. Yes, that's exactly what it is, man. The storyline is very, very similar to Jaws, and sharks are fucking shit up in the sand. It's ridiculous. With good old Brooke Hogan. Get to see quite a bit of her in this film. Pretty shitty film. It's pretty funny. Sharks in Venice, man. Sharks in the Streets of Venice. With, which Baldwin's in this? Is it Stephen Baldwin? Yeah, Stephen Baldwin. Oh, man, this one is really, really bad and so funny. There was parts in this shit that had me fucking... I was on the floor. I see myself laughing. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. These are the type of films that serious people cannot watch. You cannot watch these films if you're serious. Yeah, Two-Headed Shark Attack with Carmen Electra, Brooke Hogan, and Charlie O'Connell. Oh my god, the cast. It's a two-headed fucking shark. How could you not want to watch this shit? It's ridiculously fun. Yeah, just look at that epic cast picture right there. Oh my god, that's amazing. Brooke Hogan loving her shitty shark films. Yeah, this is fun as hell, man. I need to grab the Three-Headed Shark. I don't believe I have. No, I don't. I need to grab that film. Which is just as ridiculous. Shark Zone. I think this is another one of those. Oh yeah, this is the one where there's like a treasure at the bottom of this ocean. They're trying to get to it and stuff. And there's like this pack of great whites and shit like that are attacking people. Pretty bad, low budget shit, but it's fucking Shark Zone, man. Sharks killing people, who cares? Shark Hunter. Fuck, man, all these storylines. Oh, yeah, this is the Megalodon shark one, the prehistoric killing. 60 feet long, flash of 200 pounds of teeth and weigh over 20 tons. That's right, man. They're trying to capture this huge Megalodon. Ridiculous shark. I love it. Good stuff. Pretty bad, but fun. Snow shark. This is fucking ridiculous, man. Absolutely retarded. Yeah, it's fucking sharks in the snow, man. It's not bad enough they're in the sand or in the streets of Venice. They're in the fucking snow. That's right. The wildlife is disappearing. Why is the wildlife disappearing? Well, it's obvious, Peter. There's fucking sharks in the snow. Ridiculous. So much fun. Redwater. Now, man, again, Lou Diamond Phillips, Kirsty Swanson, and Coolio. Fucking Coolio. This is a ridiculous cast in this one. I can't remember the story then. To be honest, pretty much every shark film has one of 3 storylines. It's ridiculous. So, Redwater, I remember actually liking that one. It's pretty fun. Avalanche sharks. Now, this movie probably has the single funniest scene I've ever seen in my life in it. This dude is snowblowing, and the shark comes out of left field and eats him. And I literally rewound the part 100 times, man. I was laughing so hard at this part. It was so funny. But again, sharks in the fucking snow. Who's coming up with these ideas? Ridiculous. Raging sharks. Shit, man. It's the survey team one. That's right. And yeah, the sharks are going crazy down there. Yeah, it was okay. Not really. It's a little more. I think that one's a little more serious, which is kind of a bummer sometimes. It's like, oh, it's a shitty shark film. Why are you being so serious? Megalodon. That's, the huge ass Megalodon. They are trying to capture this fucking thing. Actually, yeah, after that, they're drilling, and I can't remember the story, man. You guys know. They're all the same shit. Anyways, something was disrupted in the water. This Megalodon gets loose, and it's fucking killing people. Swarm shark. I mean, oh my god, the dyslexic in me just... Shark swarm. Oh my god, I read that backwards. Yeah, what the hell? I can't remember. There's the storyline, but... Oh yeah, this one... with Daryl Hannah's in this one. What the fuck is with Daryl Hannah? This one actually wasn't too bad. Really bad shark effects in this one, I remember. But, not bad. It's total fucking Jaws ripoff again. Same shit. Jersey Shore Shark Attack. Now, I'm not really familiar with the show Jersey Shore, but I know a bunch of the people from that show are actually in this film. And I've heard it's pretty funny when they die, too. But it didn't really mean anything to me because I've never really seen Jersey Shore before. I just know about the show. It's Guidos vs. Sharks. That is the funniest quote of all time. Shit, is that funny. This movie was fucking hilarious. I will say that it was funny. Cyclone from Synapse. This one actually is out of the Synapse collection, believe it or not. People get abandoned at the sea and stuff, and of course they start getting picked off by sharks after a cyclone. It's actually kind of boring. This movie is honestly kind of boring. It's super long too. Like 118 minutes is ridiculous for a film like this. And needs some editing done on that one. Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. Okay. This might have definitely a contender for the funniest moment of all time in a film. Now, this scene right here where this shark jumps out of the fucking water and takes out an aircraft has to be the single funniest moment of all. That is competing with the snowblower scene. Shit, is that ever funny. Debbie Gibson in this film. Yes. So funny, man. This movie is ridiculous. There's a bunch of these Mega Sharks verse films. I need to get a few more of them because they're actually pretty funny. Like the Colossus one. Bait, sharks in a fucking grocery store. I actually kind of like this film, to be honest. It was pretty fun. Some people didn't, but yeah. That's just the regular version. 2D, not 3D. Malibu Shark Attack. Yes. I need to get that Beverly Hills, or the 90210 one. I think Maddie has that one. Malibu Shark Attack. A tsunami hits. These people get trapped out on this kind of this platform deal. And they got to make their way back to the shore. This one was actually pretty good, man. It was intense. There was like some intense parts, even though a lot of the sharks are CG'd. Most of them. I think all of them. But it was pretty fun. And then we got The Reef, which is actually like legitimately good. This film right here is a bunch of people get their boat capsizes and no one's coming to the rescue, so they decide to try and get to shore themselves. ensues shark attacks and people start dying. You know, it's a serious horror film. It's good though. I really enjoyed The Reef. 3-pack here we got Two-Headed Shark Attack, Moby Dick, and Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus, which is fucking so funny, man. So funny. I think I picked up this 3-pack at like a dollar store for like $2. It's ridiculous. So yeah, again, Two-Headed Shark Attack, but Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus. Oh my god, so awesome, so awesome. Then we get into some of the Sharknado films. You gotta have those. Sharknado with Tara Reid and Ina Zirin, however you pronounce it. Dude from 90210, you guys all know him. Sharknado, sharks in a fucking tornado. It's ridiculous. And then, of course, they made a part 2, which is just, they just keep amping it up, man. The cameos in these films and the storylines are just fucking ridiculous. So funny. Oddly enough, I don't have the third one on Blu-ray. For some reason, we didn't get a Blu-ray release here, so I gotta find or import one or some shit. Stupid Canada, you know how it goes. But Sharknado 3, even more ridiculous. They just keep getting more ridiculous every single time. I've got some Jerry Springer right there. That's ridiculous. I love the cameos. The cameos are so funny in these movies. And then we got Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens. And they've just announced a part 5, which doesn't surprise me because these movies are doing so well because they're stupid. Pretty fun stuff. And then we'll get into the actual decent ones here. Jaws, here's the awesome media book, which I don't really care for media books, but this one looks really damn cool. I like Jaws. Jaws is classic, man. It's really damn good. It's the film that all these films are based on, basically. Jaws 2, still sealed. I've seen this movie many times. I'm not honestly a big fan of Jaws 2. I find it to be, honestly, a little bit boring. You know, I mean, we reviewed the franchise on the podcast, and I just find Jaws 2 to be more of the same, but just not as good. You know, I don't know, man. It's just not fun. But speaking of fun films, Jaws 3, by far my favorite sequel. I find this movie to be super fun. I love the premise of it. The underwater park and the sharks, you know, the shark that gets trapped in there starts going ape shit. It's good shit, man. Jaws 3 is fun as fuck. And then we've got the most ridiculous film, Jaws the Revenge, Part 4. I love that. I love when Michael Caine was asked about this film and he's like, Jaws the Revenge? I've never even seen the movie. Of course, he was in the movie, but he's never seen it before. I don't blame him. The end of this movie is pretty much has the stupidest ending of all. There's so many fucking stupid parts in the end of this movie. Like, you got to see it to believe it. That's pretty much all I got to say. So, but yeah, so that's going to do it for the shitty shark films. I haven't been buying many of them recently, so there's lots on a wish list. Tons and tons more that I could grab, but that's what I've got in the collection as of right now. So yeah, I guess now we'll start getting into, you know, the other shit around the room here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the box sets, like just the standard box sets first, or if I'm just going to start with the MGM. Let me guys know what you guys want to see. Yeah, maybe I'll just work my way down. I'll do the box sets later because they're so high. But yeah, then we'll get into the Anchor Bays. The fucking Blue Undergrounds, which is pretty much the entire collection, and all the other goodness. I don't know when I'm going to do these standard Blu-rays either. I don't really know which order I'm going to go in here. So, but anyways, this video's going on long enough. You guys have a good day, and as usual, peace. Yeah.